We are Onyx Imaging. We are the highest rated and most reviewed printer service center in Oklahoma.
Hi, my name is John with Onyx Imaging. Today we're going to take a look at this Lexmark CX410 printer, and we're going to talk about some common causes of paper jams. More specifically, common causes of paper jams that are caused because of issues inside of the paper tray. So let me go ahead and remove the paper tray and I can explain what I'm talking about. So I'm also going to go ahead and remove the paper that's in here. So if you look in the bottom of this paper tray, you'll see these green tabs on three sides of the paper tray. What those are for is for adjusting this paper tray for whichever size paper you're specifically using in this tray. So it's very important that these are set correctly for the specific size paper that you're using. If it's set for a smaller sheet of paper, it's going to cause the paper to be too tight inside this paper tray, and your printer is going to have a really hard time trying to pull it through. Also, if you have it set for a larger size piece of paper, it's going to allow the paper to be too loose inside this paper tray, and again, the printer is going to have a hard time pulling it through. So very important to make sure that these are set for the proper size piece of paper. The next thing would be from adding paper into the paper tray. One thing that we see quite often is if there's still some paper in the paper tray, and when you're adding your next stack of paper to it, what'll happen is as you slide it in, it kind of pushes some of the paper up and curls it back behind your new stack of paper. And what happens is that causes the paper to be way too tight again inside the paper tray, causing issues with the printer pulling it through. So very important, whenever you add paper into the paper tray, just give it a quick visual inspection. Make sure you have a nice, clean, even stack on all four sides, that you don't see any paper curled up anywhere. If you do, just take a second, remove it. It'll go a long way as far as reducing the amount of paper jams you're getting. Another thing we see quite often is overfilling this paper tray. So if you look at this green adjusters on the left-hand side, you're going to see three little tabs that kind of poke into the paper tray. And what those are for is to indicate your maximum fill line for your paper. So if you either put more paper than that in here, so the paper stands higher than these little green tabs, or you try to kind of shove the edges underneath there thinking that'll be okay, then you're going to probably be having some paper jam issues. It's going to push that paper way too high inside this paper tray, again making it way too tight up against the paper pickup assembly, and it's going to have a really hard time pulling that paper through, at least until it gets below that point, and then it might get a little bit better. But very important, please do not overfill your paper tray. It can wear down the parts inside your printer faster, and it can cause a lot of other issues. So please make sure you don't overfill your paper tray. In fact, I generally say it's a good idea to leave a small gap between your top sheet of paper and these little maximum fill guides on the side. And again, it's a little overly cautious, but better be safe than sorry. So the last thing that we see quite often is if you've had the printer for a little while, or you use the printer pretty heavily, and you've never had the printer maintenance, or it's been a long time since you've had it maintenance, there's a good chance the rollers are ready to be replaced. And if that's the case, then go ahead and give Onyx a call. We'll love to help you out with that. Also, if there's any way we can help answer any other questions you might have, feel free to reach out to Onyx. We'd love to help answer those for you as well. Or if there's any way we can help supply with any of your office supplies or printer supply needs, please feel free to reach out. We'd love to help supply this for you. Other than that, we hope you have a great day and you're back up and printing. Thank you.
Thank you for watching. If you're interested in how you can receive free labor on all of your service calls, as well as how to qualify for free printer upgrades, contact us today. We are here for all of your printer and office supply needs.